understand, they breed, because they want a doormat, unpaid laborer, yeah, someone who looks like them and who they really don't have to do much, yeah, tiny bits, bare minimum, and they can have, endless return throughout their life. So narcissistic parents are manipulative, narcissistic parents are evil. Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about the different ways narcissistic parents gaslight their children. And before I get going, I would request you all to like, share, subscribe the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys are updated whenever we put out a new content. So let us understand what gaslighting is. Gaslighting is a kind of a manipulation tactics that is used by narcissists to throw you off balance, to confuse you. Yeah, gaslighting is basically, to make you question your own sanity, make you doubt and question your feelings, emotions. Yeah, gaslighting is, something which keeps you confused about yourself, about your feelings, about your action. You are just in that state of doubt and confusion. And that is something which the narcissistic individual wants. Yeah. And that's, when they come into the scene and then they pretend to be your savior and, pretend to be your well-wisher, and then they take the lead, they take the charge in their hand. I'm going to do it, I'm going to guide you through, I'm going to help you navigate, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, you don't worry. Yeah, so that's how they keep their victims on hook, narcissistic individuals. Now in this video we are going to talk about the different ways narcissistic parents, gaslight their children. The entire idea behind gaslighting their children is to keep their kids on hook, not let them be independent or pursue their dreams and desires and become 100% independent. um, Gaslighting is basically used by narcissistic parents to keep their kids on hook, to keep their kids in that state of doubt and confusion. Yeah, so that the kids keep coming back to the parent. Yeah, we look for a lot of things from our caregivers and parents. Yeah, we look for their love, affection, validation. All of this really is important for a individual, for me and you. I think all of us needs validation, love and affection from our caregivers, parents. And parental love is something which narcissistic parents use as a bargaining chip. Yeah, they will abuse you and exploit you in the name of care, love, concern. They are going to antagonize you, exploit you in the name of protecting you. Yeah, and the entire goal is to keep you on hook and to keep you compliant to them. Yeah, so that you keep serving them without asking any question. You keep prioritizing them and you keep betraying your own self. Yeah. So this is what every narcissistic parents want. They want their kids, to be there, 365 days, in service of them. That's it, without asking questions. Yeah. Narcissistic parents hate when their kids prioritize themselves and ignore their narcissistic parent. Yeah, so they take help of gaslighting, silent treatment. They summon their flying monkeys to go and do the talking. They don't want to be exposed as someone who's selfish, greedy, bad. They don't want to be exposed, so they triangulate things. They summon their enablers and flying monkeys to go and do the talking. They will further go and manipulate the kids. You should do this for your mother, she suffered this much, your dad suffered this much, you should do this much, you will never be even with your parent no matter what you do. They are like God for you, this and that. I mean, in Asia you get to see a lot of this nonsense, where parents are projected in a very different way. Yeah, I mean, everyone can be good or bad. Yeah, so what is this obsession and um, conferring this godlike status to certain roles? Yeah, parents, husband, mother, they are like gods. Yeah, next to God, these are the roles and relationships. So a lot of this nonsense I get to witness, especially amongst the Asian countries and the Asians. This kind of abuse has been culturally appropriated and normalized. Yeah, and everyone gets to ruthlessly abuse their children, their spouse, under the guise of care and concern, and under the guise of pretending to be someone who has done a lot for you and you can never repay. I don't know, I mean, if you closely observe, a lot of these cultural nexus is at play. I mean, in Asian countries, you will get to see a lot of these narcissistic abuse being appropriated under religion, cultural norms, society, and all of that. So yes, narcissistic abuse is real. Narcissistic parents are real, and they are abusive, they are manipulative, and they erode you of your self-esteem, self-worth, confidence. And the entire idea is to keep you on hook, keep you dependent on them. Yeah, their entire plan is to keep you trapped in that relationship so that you feel responsible for their emotion, you feel responsible for their feelings and likes and dislikes, you feel responsible for them. Yeah, so they get to enjoy, yeah, things their way, and they have someone with the same genetic makeup to keep serving them without questioning them. Yeah, because already the platform is prepared in most of the Asian countries. Most of those spiritual scriptures that sometimes people refer, some of the societies, they say parents are God, you cannot question them, you cannot challenge them, you cannot repay them. I mean, why does a kid have to repay the parent? The kid didn't choose to come into this world. It was the plan of the parents. Yeah, they decided to have sex and bring in a child. So why manipulate kids with all these, statements that you can never get even with your parent, no matter what you do, you can never get even. I don't know. I mean, I smell manipulation. I smell, mind games. I smell, a lot of bad stuff when I get to hear this. Yeah, because that's how abuse has been normalized and appropriated. Yeah, and the credit goes to the enablers, flying monkeys. Yeah, the entire narcissistic ecosystem. They will pave path for the other narcissists so that when their time comes, the other narcissist also comes and enables them and helps them. Yeah, that's how they thrive and survive. Yeah, narcissistic parents are like parasite. They really don't want the kids to become strong. They really don't want their kids to outgrow, become independent, make independent choices and decisions. They don't want that. They don't really like their kids being authentic. Authenticity is something that narcissistic parents hate. So when the kid is becoming authentic, when the kid is becoming independent, it's like a red flag for the narcissistic parent. Yeah, so you need to understand, they breed, because they want a doormat, unpaid laborer, yeah, someone who looks like them and who they really don't have to do much, yeah, tiny bits, bare minimum, and they can have, endless return throughout their life. So narcissistic parents are manipulative. Narcissistic parents are evil. I take full responsibility in saying this because I come across a lot of victims and survivors of narcissistic abuse, whether it's narcissistic parent, narcissistic spouse. I myself have been abused by my family, by my relationships, and I have encountered quite a lot of narcissists in life, so I know what narcissistic abuse feels like. I know how it pans out and how things are. So so with a great deal of responsibility, I don't hesitate in referring narcissistic parents as pure evil. Yeah, they are nowhere close to healthy parents. Healthy parents don't give you payback reminders. Healthy parents don't gaslight you. Healthy parents don't use their love as bargaining chip. Healthy parents don't invalidate you and minimize you. Healthy parents don't beat you and swear at you in front of the others. Yeah, healthy parents don't get into all this nonsense. They do what's best for you, and then they set you free, that you go and explore, learn from your mistakes, and that's it. In a narcissistic family, there is no room for mistakes. Yeah, because the narcissistic parent views their kids as an extension of themselves. Yeah, and they need to be flawless, they need to be good and perfect. Yeah, and that's how narcissistic parents will be able to flaunt their kids success, achievement, and bag in more compliments, and feel good and brag. Well, I did this for my child, and look, my child is so successful, even though all that of effort, hard work was put in by the child. But the narcissistic person, the narcissistic parent, doesn't hesitate in stealing the limelight. Yeah, I did this, I gave birth to him, I sacrificed so much, it's my effort that he has become successful. Yeah, so they will treat you with the bare minimum they can. They will treat you like shit, and if somehow you become successful, they are going to come and steal all that attention. Well, only because I treated you that way, you have become successful. Only because I treated you like shit, see where you are. Yeah, so the credit goes to me and not you. Yeah, and this is again gaslighting. Yeah, because they are taking the credit of your hard work and effort. Yeah, they are telling you that it's not your hard work and effort, it's me, the way how I treated you, the kind of mistreatment I threw at you, that's what has made you successful. The way how I strictly handled you and raised you, that's what has made you successful. So the credit goes to me and not you. Yeah, so it's pretty one-sided. I mean, it's crazy to be born in narcissistic families and to be raised by narcissistic parents, but that's how things are. So what is the first way with the help of which narcissistic parents gaslight their children? The first way is denial of reality. So if you are feeling a certain way, or if you're not feeling good, or if you are not feeling right, and if you tell them that this is not okay, I don't feel good, why do I have to do this? If you question them, they are going to gaslight you. They are going to further confuse you. Yeah, they are going to further put you in a state of doubt, where you doubt your own existence, you doubt your own feelings, you begin to question your own thoughts, feelings, and desire. And this is basically to throw you off balance. So narcissistic parents are not going to accept your reality. Yeah, so if you feel a certain way, if you see things differently, they are not going to accept it and validate it. They are going to minimize it, and they are going to gaslight. Yeah, so that you lose a grip over your own reality. You begin to doubt and question your thought, your feeling, your emotion, and your desire. And that's how they keep the kids on hook. The next way narcissistic parents gaslight their kid is by blame shifting. So narcissistic parents are never going to take the accountability and responsibility for their action and behavior. So if the kid tries and confronts the parent that, mom, why did you treat me this way? Dad, why did you treat me this way? I don't feel good. Narcissistic parents are going to shift the blame onto the others. Well, I was stressed at work, maybe that's why I shouted at you. Well, you made me shout at you. You were just not listening to me. You were a very bad child. You were a very naughty kid, and that's the reason I slapped you. That's the reason I sweared at you. Yeah, so the narcissistic parents are going to gaslight and distort your own perception and reality, your own feelings. Yeah, so they are not going to take accountability and responsibility for their behavior. Either they are going to shift it onto the others, external circumstances, forces, or in the worst case, they are going to shift the entire blame onto you. So rather than calling them out, you choose to simply suffer in silence. Rather than asking them, or rather than talking things out, you simply keep everything to yourself. Yeah, you resort to other ways to navigate, cope, and numb yourself. You simply stop talking about it, because they are never going to tell you, hey, I'm so sorry I treated you that way. I shouldn't have spoken to you that way. I'm really sorry. I apologize. Narcissistic parents are not going to do that, because they are entitled individuals. They feel that they are special, they need all that attention and admiration, and they have done a great service by bringing you on this planet, by paying for your school fees, housing, medical. They have done a great deal of favor, yeah, by being your parents. So you owe them, not the other way around. So yes, narcissistic parents are big time into blame shifting, and this helps them evade all kinds of accountability and responsibility. Yeah? They're going to shift on to the others, and in some of the cases they are simply going to blame you. Well, you made me do this, you were irritating me, you were insinuating me, you were provoking me. Yeah, and that's the reason I treated you the way I did. And the entire responsibility is on your head, not on my head. Yeah, I reacted because you were irritating me. Yeah, so they are going to mistreat you, they are going to treat you like shit, and they are going to blame others. In some of the cases they are going to blame you. You compelled me to treat you like shit. Yeah, that's what it means. The next way narcissistic parents gaslight their children is by minimization. So they may downplay the impact of their actions. Yeah, narcissistic parents might make the children feel that their feeling and emotion is insignificant, irrelevant. Yeah, and this is basically to confuse and push the child in that state of doubt and confusion. Yeah, where the child is doubting his or her feelings, emotion, and all of that. So the narcissistic parents are not going to address that. Okay, I can understand you're feeling this way. Is there something that I can do to help you? A healthy parent tries his or her level best to resolve any kind of issue that the kids go through. But when we look at narcissistic parents, they are simply into dismissing, denying, invalidating, and minimizing. So if the narcissistic parent's action has hurt you, and if you tell them that, mom, why did you beat me so badly? Mom, why are you swearing at me in front of the others? I don't feel good. They are simply going to minimize your feeling, and they are going to tell you, well, stop acting, stop pretending to be oversensitive. There is nothing wrong. I was treated even way worse than the way how I treat you. They are going to gaslight, and they are going to lie about their past and what they have gone through. So the entire idea is to not acknowledge what you're going through, not validate your feelings and emotion. Yeah, simply denying and dismissing and minimizing. Yeah, stop acting, stop crying like a kid, it's not that serious. Oh, come on, it's all in your head. Yeah, so they are going to use these kind of gaslighting phrases to further minimize you, and the entire objective is to keep you confused. That's it. So you are confused, and you are in that state of doubt, whether at all I'm feeling right, or am I just feeling the wrong way? Is this the right way, or is this the wrong way? No, my mother cannot hurt me, even though if she has slapped me. But I think the problem was with me. I made her angry. Yeah, so a lot of distortion happens. A lot of kids, I mean, those who are raised by narcissistic parents suffer from cognitive dissonance. It becomes very difficult for the kid to accept that their parents are the abusers. Yeah, so the kids learn a lot of different ways to cope up with that disrespect. Yeah, so that's how things are in a narcissistic relationship. The next way narcissistic parents gaslight their children is by projection. So the narcissistic parents are going to project all their negative traits, action, and behavior onto their kids. Yeah, they are not going to take the responsibility and accountability of the bad stuff they do with their kids. They simply project it onto the kids. So if the kid is trying to resist, if the kid is trying to call out their bad behavior, or if the kid is simply trying to talk it out with the parent, narcissistic parents are not going to listen. Narcissistic parents are going to blame and project their traits onto their kid. Well, you think I'm a bad parent? Oh, come on. If I was a bad parent, I would have had left you. I wouldn't have had spent so much of money. I wouldn't have had worked so hard. Yeah, the problem is not with me, the problem is with you. You are a liar. You are a lazy person. You just, want to do things, and, you just don't want to, bear with the consequences. So the narcissistic parent is not going to hear you out or let you complete. Yeah, they're going to stonewall, never let the conversation go deep, not take responsibility and accountability for their action and behavior. Instead, if ever they feel threatened and challenged, they are going to start projecting their negative traits onto you. Yeah, so they are going to tell you, you are a liar, you are simply lying, you are overacting. I wasn't overacting, it was you who's overacting. Yeah, so what if I slapped you? Why are you crying? Why are you making a ruckus about it? Yeah, I mean, can't parents slap their children? Can't parents, swear at their children? You do things and you push me, to that extent that I, treat you this way. Yeah, so the narcissistic parents are simply going to invalidate, minimize, shift the blame, and they are going to project their, negative side onto their children. Narcissistic parents will simply project their negative traits onto their children. They are not going to take responsibility and accountability for their action and behavior. Yeah, and this helps them feel good that I am flawless, I am perfect. My kid needs to learn a great deal of things. There is nothing wrong with me. Yeah, because whatever wrong is, inside of me, I'm simply projecting it onto my kids. Yeah, so if my kid is trying to confront me and tell me that I did not keep up the promise, I am a liar, but I will not accept that I am a liar. I'm going to say that my kid is a liar. I'm going to blame everything onto my kid. Oh, come on, I never promised such things. You are a liar. You are a disrespectful child. You are not grateful. Yeah, the narcissistic parent is also not grateful for the tiny bits, the kids, do for them. They are not grateful about it, and that's what they project onto their kid. Yeah, you are an ungrateful child. You don't have gratitude. You are a thankless kid. Yeah, you don't appreciate the things that I have done for you. Kids also do a lot of things for their parents, and healthy parents validate and appreciate that, thank you so much for doing this for me, thank you so much for doing that for me, I'm so happy to have you as my child. Yeah, my life has changed ever since I have you. Healthy parents communicate in this way. But when we look at narcissistic parents, it's all about rules, do's, don'ts, payback reminders, projecting their own, evil characteristics onto their kid. I'm not a liar. I am not a bad person. You are a liar. You are a bad person. The problem is not in me. The problem is in you. And that's the reason, I'm suffering. They are going to, lie. They will do all sorts of, horrible things to, confuse you. So they will do all sorts of horrible things with you so that, they can evade accountability and responsibility for their bad behavior. Plus, you are unable to see, them the way they are. Yeah, the entire confusion manipulation is basically to confuse you. They don't want you to see through, the evil person they are. They don't want you to see them directly. Yeah, they don't want to be, you know um, seen as the bad one. Yeah, so they do a lot of things. Their ecosystem supports. Plus, they keep lying, they keep manipulating, they keep gaslighting you so that everything is distorted. Yeah, nothing is clear in your head. Yeah, and that's how you are on hook for long. That's how you keep on serving them. That's how you are trapped. You are trauma bonded with them, and they get to, ruthlessly exploit you and abuse you, and they get a free pass. Well, I'm your parent. Well, I'm your mother. Well, I'm your father. So what? Yeah, so narcissistic parents are damaging. I mean, in no ways I can say that narcissistic parents are somewhat good. They just do bare minimum, which by default every parent does and is supposed to do, since they are choosing to bring in a child. But they are going to keep you reminded, they are going to guilt trip you, they are going to parentify you. You will see a lot of these narcissistic parents and kids having emotional incest. A lot of horrible stuff exists in narcissistic families. And till the time we are with them or surrounded by them, we are in that state of confusion, and we somewhat think and believe that this is okay. So what if she slapped me? So what if he manipulated me? So what if she treated me horribly? After all, she's my mother. After all, he's my father. Yeah, but only when we leave them and we start leading a life independently, that is when a lot of awareness, a lot of different levels of awareness kicks in. Yeah, and we are able to see things and understand. When we change our circle, when we read, when we do the deep diving, we get to understand, yeah, as to what all of those stuff was. It was not good. And the last way narcissistic parents gaslight their children is by invalidation. So if their kids are feeling a certain way, or if their kids are talking about something, they are expressing their opinion or feeling onto some subject, or on some issue, narcissistic parents are simply going to invalidate and tell the kids, no, that's not the right way. No, 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 no. What you're saying is not right. What I'm saying is right. So the kids' views, thoughts, opinion, feelings, likes, dislikes, everything gets invalidated, everything gets minimized, everything is simply dismissed. Yeah, narcissistic parents rarely allow their kids to completely express themselves. Narcissistic parents rarely allow their kids to voice out and speak what is inside of them. Yeah, the moment the kids express what is inside of them, it simply gets invalidated, it simply gets minimized. Yeah, so the narcissistic parents are going to invalidate their kids' feelings. If the kids somewhat express their feelings, concerns, likes and dislikes, the narcissistic parents are going to simply invalidate and gaslight the kids. Well, you're feeling this way, this is sin, you cannot feel this way, this is wrong, this is bad, what will people say? You're going to bring in lots of shame on our family name and honor. You are simply going to ruin our family image, you're going to ruin my image. Yeah, so a lot of gaslighting statements are thrown to invalidate the kids' expression, feeling, likes, dislikes. Yeah, so narcissistic parents are a kind of sick individual, and they are all about I, me, myself. They are very self-centered. Yeah, they get married because they need servants, they breed because they need servants. They are not like healthy husband, wives, parents, spouse. They are not like healthy individuals. Yeah, so narcissistic parents don't really see you as a unique individual. Narcissistic parents don't see you as a child which they have created, and they are there to support you, nourish you, and let you go and pursue and do whatever you want. Yeah, be yourself. Narcissistic parents don't allow all of that. They bred you for a purpose and reason, and they want you to accomplish it. If they see that you're unable to accomplish, they are going to gaslight you. If they see you are unable to accomplish, they are going to triangulate things. If they see you are unable to accomplish, they are going to withhold all that love and affection, treat you with silent treatment and in passive aggressive ways. They are going to stonewall. And if nothing works out, they are going to discard you. Yeah, in some of the cases, they are going to legally disown you and discard you. Yeah, so that's how toxic narcissistic parents are. That's how evil narcissistic parents are. Yeah, so yes, these were a couple of ways narcissistic parents gaslight their children. In case if you would like to add in something, you can always comment below. Till then, take care of yourself, don't ignore the red flags, and work on yourself, empower yourself this year. Promise yourself that you're going to make yourself stronger, whether it is through knowledge, financially, whatever it is, health wise, you are going to work on yourself, make yourself stronger, and then do what is, important for you, what is necessary for you. Focus on yourself, prioritize yourself, and never let anyone gaslight you, never let anyone minimize you. Be, the version that you want to be. Don't be the version that others want. Don't be the version that serves the others. Yeah, so just be yourself, embrace your authenticity, and keep moving forward. Lots of success and best wishes to all of you. Please take care of yourself. Bye.